Okay. So then in 2018, everything went crazy. I guess there was a police chase that happened in downtown Toronto.
Yeah.
I guess there was also a shooting. It was just a big disaster from what it sounds like with you and your brother KMoney. Is that whole thing resolved at this point where you could talk about it, or is it still ongoing?
No, it's not ongoing. No.
Okay. So can you talk about that situation at all?
I could talk from, I could say what's, what, like everything you need to know is in the fucking, it's on the news articles, all that stuff. Google me, Google my name, see all that. I don't really want to get into all that right now, to be honest. But long story short, I was like, yeah, fuck. Yeah, it got crazy, Got crazy.
Yeah, it got really crazy. So I guess you and your brother, you got sentenced to 4 years each?
No.
So what? I'm trying to go through the paperwork. I'm trying to, go through the articles. I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened. So ultimately, what happened in terms of the sentencing?
Okay, so basically, I got 5.5 years. Cause actually, that's a whole nother story. But I got 5.5 years. KMoney got 7 years. My cousin RK, he got 4 years. And then my next homie got 4 years as well.
Okay. So so let me see this. Let me just try to figure out the timeline here. So this is 2018. You got 5.5 years. Clearly you did not serve all that time because we're talking right now.
Yeah.
So what happened with your prison sentence?
In Canada, when you get sentenced, you only do 2/3 of your time and then they have to let you out of jail by law. Yeah.
Okay, so you look at 5.5 times 0.66. Yeah. So that means 3.5 years roughly.
Yeah, I did 3 years and 4 months.
Uh-huh. Okay. Was that considered, the 5.5 years, was that considered did you go to trial or did you take a plea deal?
Yeah, I took a plea because basically what happened was, in 2017, I actually got arrested for a gun and some drugs. Yeah, and then I was on house arrest during the 2018 situation when we went on the cop chase with the police and stuff like that, which was part of the reason why I was trying to get away from the police so bad, because I'm like, fuck, like, I'm already on house arrest and shit. Like, fuck, if I get caught in this car right now, I'm breached. Fuck. And then on top of that, the whole situation. So I was like, fuck. So I was trying to get away. But what was the question again?
Well, okay. So, ultimately they gave you 5.5 years.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. My bad. Boom. So yeah, I get arrested for that, for a firearm and drugs in 2017. So when I get arrested for the police chase now, when I get arrested for the police chase, like, I'm serving I'm in jail for 2 separate cases now. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm going to court back and forth for 2 cases while I'm in jail, because I was already on the case while I just caught this new case. So for the first case with my firearm, they were trying to give me 6 years, But like in Canada, like for your first firearm, they'll give you normally like, some people, I seen someone get like 18 months, 20 months, 2 years for your first firearm, Say like I'm a gang member, I'm highly active in the gang and stuff like that. And these guns and stuff they're used for gang purposes and stuff like that, whatever. So they were trying to fight that case to give me 6 years for one gun, So, and then also another thing with that case too is I got arrested with who was my girlfriend at the time, my child's mom. You know what I'm saying? So she was pregnant. I got arrested with her. So it's like at that time they're telling me like, you know what I'm saying? Like we'll give you 4.5 years, but we'll give you 4.5 years and we'll drop the charges on your girl or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna take that. I ended up for the second case. So I ended up pleading out to 4 years. I ended up getting 4 years for my first firearm and stuff like that. And then with the new case or whatever, with the police chase and stuff like that, like we ended up like they tried to charge us, like convict us with organized crime and stuff like that, saying basically the shooting that we just did or whatever, the police chase that happened and stuff like that, it was in retaliation, whatever, gang stuff like that. And then so then they try to basically give us organized crime. That didn't end up working out. We beat that. So the only way that they can give us time was to like break down the time into what our actual roles were. So you know what I'm trying to say? So we ended up breaking the time. I ended up only getting 1.5 years in that case, you know, for just being there and whatever. So like everyone took their whatever ownership of what they did and stuff like that. So I ended up getting 18 months for knowledge of a firearm in a vehicle and for disguise with intent, which is wearing a mask with intent to do something. So yeah, that's 18 months, 4 years, 5.5 years, boom, did 3.5. Now I'm here, boom, caught up. Got it?
Got it. Okay. So you did 3.5 years total locked up.
Huh?
You did 3.5 years total in prison.
Yeah, 3.5.
Okay. And that was the longest stretch you've ever done, period.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Yeah.
So what was it like to suddenly get that much time? Like when you first, heard the time and you do the math in your head and you figure out, okay, I'm going to probably do about 3.5. You're still very young at the time. Like how does that really affect you?
Honestly, it was more like as the time kept going and going, it was more like, I don't know, I didn't really feel it too much. Like it felt like time was kind of flying by. But I don't know. When I got my time 5.5 years, I was happy, because in the beginning they were trying to give me like 13 years, altogether both my cases they were trying to give me like 13 years. So by the time when I was going through all that, like for like a year into my case while I'm in jail, for like a year in, I'm thinking like, fuck, like I'm about to do like 10 years. They're trying to give me like 10 years. Like I'm about to out of 13 years, I'll probably have to do like 10 years and shit like that. I'm thinking about that type of stuff. So that's stressing me out, So by the time it gradually started progressing and things were starting looking better and stuff like that, it was like, okay, 5 years. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to go to the pen. I'm going to eat good food, stuff like that. Like, okay. Yeah, cool. Like it was more like, I don't know. It was more like day by day shit. So it was more day by day. You didn't really feel it in the moment and shit like that. Like, yeah, there's times where like it's hard as shit, you're stressed out and shit, whatever things are going on. But yeah, it's not. It's really more like the time just passes by. Like it doesn't really seem that fast, like that long. But then, yeah, it is what's fucked up. Yeah.
Well, the four of you were, I guess, facing 97 charges in total at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, in the beginning.
That's crazy. 97 charges. That's almost 100 charges.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the fact that you got out to do that time is actually pretty miraculous because it could have been way worse.
Yeah, for sure. That's why, it's like, that's what made me start. Now I'm taking the music serious, like really serious. I'm focused and stuff because now it's like not a lot of people get a second chance, I got a second chance, so I'm not trying to fuck it up.
Okay, now once you actually start your prison sentence and, the door locks the first night, how bad was that?
It wasn't bad at all. I had a lot of friends in jail, a lot of friends in prison, whatever. It wasn't bad stuff.
Okay. What would you say was the worst experience during that 3.5 years that you went through in prison?
6ix9ine becoming a rat.
Okay, and who was that?
6ix9ine.
Oh, 6ix9ine becoming a rat. Okay, but that has no effect on you.
It did actually. a lot of bad stuff happened to me when I was in jail. Yeah, like I lost my girl. What else? I did a lot of whole time for fighting. What else? I lost record deal, like record label, like record. I lost, opportunities. But the thing that hurt me the worst was when 6ix9ine became a rat, because that was fucked up. I was rooting for that guy, So I was like, fuck.
Okay, you got me on that one. You got me on that one.
Yeah,
You said I lost my girl, but the 6ix9ine thing was even worse.
it's worse.
Got it.
For sure.
Okay. Okay. And why were you going in the hole for fighting so much?
Fuck. Shit, I don't know. Fuck. The phone, maybe? I don't know. Phone.
Whatever.
Fuck. I don't know. The Toronto South is like a lot of fuck. That's the jail. It's like it's Toronto Rikers Island. It's crazy over there. Like it's just gangland. It's just like all gang members. Everything is just so. It's like me. I have a noticeable face in my city. You know what I'm trying to say? Everybody knows me and stuff like that. So it's like whatever. Like I people who will know me, but I won't know who they are. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like if you're from somewhere that we don't get along with or whatever, or I have problems or whatever, I might not know your face and stuff like that. So it's like it could get cracking, like you know what I'm saying. But in jail and like in the Toronto stuff and stuff like that, it's not really that crazy. You just fight, go to the hall, this, that, whatever. So once I started to just be like, I started adapting, and I'm just like, you know what, fuck, like no one's gonna ask me where I'm from. I'm just gonna ask you where you're from first, then whatever. If you say the wrong answer, then we're just gonna get it cracking right away. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm trying to say? But other than that, yeah, I spent like 7 months in the hole throughout the first 18 months. Throughout the first 17 months, I did like 7 months in the hole, like solitary confinement and segregation and shit like that, like in and out and stuff. But I was doing like, sometimes I'll do like 2 months at a time and like the shoe and stuff like that for like, I'll go to this hole for fighting, then I'll come out, get in another fight, go back, it was crazy. So I did had a lot of time to just think, you know what I'm saying? A lot of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've interviewed, people that have done a lot of prison time and so forth. And, when I ask them what's the worst thing that happened, a lot of them say solitary confinement, because they said going through that experience mentally, it's just almost inhuman. Like humans aren't supposed to be in a room with no one around, antisocial for months at a time.
Yeah. No, that wasn't the worst thing that happened to me.
Nah, it wasn't that bad for me.
No, solitary confinement, fuck, like, it's good and bad, It's good and bad still. Because, on one hand, it's like, yeah, it's crazy still. On one hand, it's crazy because you're just by yourself, you know what I'm saying? There's no TV, no radio, no nothing. Like, you're sleeping on the mattress on the floor. You're fucking getting cold food. You know what I'm trying to say? The guards down there are just fucked up. So that's the fucked up part about it. And then the good part about it for me was just like, I got to just be by myself and, think, make me like try to write, come up with ideas. Like I was the most like fucking productive in segregation, you know what I'm trying to say? Because when I'm not in segregation, then I'm on my toes. Like, okay, like who's around me? What do I have to? I don't think about rap. I don't think about music when I'm on range with 40 niggas. You know what I'm trying to say? And I don't know none of these niggas. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, what? Like, I don't think about music. I'm thinking about, okay, like, I'm gonna wake up. What am I gonna do tomorrow? What am I gonna do here? Okay, all right, boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm not thinking about music. So when I was in segregation, solitary confinement stuff, I'm thinking about music and thinking about I could just focus, it's away from all the madness or whatever. So it wasn't that bad for me.
Got it. Because I guess, was it right around the time that you were about to start your sentence that you released Have You and Harmonix Made a Hit?
No, I mean, I released Harmonix Made a Hit in 2017.
Okay, that was a little
Before
earlier.
I got arrested. Have You, I dropped the day after I went to jail.